This is what I made today as a culinary student. We have a packed schedule today with not one but two practicals. Practicals are basic exams that we are graded on. Today's theme is seafood, something I used to hate as a kid, but now I've grown to love. In our first practical, I had to make a whiting with tartar sauce and thin waffle fries. The dish is essentially French style fish and chips, except you plate the whole fish and butterfly the top open. I started off by making the tartar sauce, which is actually just mayo, but you add minced eggs, shallots, and herbs. I then prepared the fish by cleaning it. The next part was the hardest and the most technical, which was cutting the fish open from the top to debone it while ensuring the shape holds when frying. I then battered and fried the fish until a beautiful golden crust. Remember, always salt your fried food immediately when it's still hot. I plated the fish with a lemon I shaped like a crown, with fried parsley and with thin waffle fries. I received great remarks from chef and enough time to demolish the entire fish. The tartar sauce was absolutely banging. I will 100% make them by hand going forward. Right after this, we had a demonstration on how to make a sole Normandy style, meaning with a white creamy sauce. I noticed that the French love their white sauces, and I'm starting to as well. Then after the demo, it was our turn to recreate this dish. I started by descaling and deskinning the sole. Next, I had to fillet the fish. This was my first time filleting a fish, and it was actually easier than I thought. You just have to make sure your knife is always scraping against the bone so you extract as much meat as possible. After flattening and setting the fillets aside, I prepared the fish broth with aromatics and fish bone, which will then simmer for 20 minutes. This dish is meant to be a representation of the sea on a plate, so I also had to prepare shrimps, mussels, cockles, and oysters. I actually hate oysters, but learned how to shuck them a while ago because my wife loves them. Pro tip, if you live in the US, Whole Foods has $1 oysters on Fridays. Then it was time to cook the fillets. I laid them out in a buttered and seasoned pan, added fish broth and white wine, and then popped them in the oven. While this was going, I prepared the white sauce to go on top. For plating, I made sure the seafood was evenly distributed throughout the dish and added touches of seaweed and dill for freshness. This dish was so delicious, particularly the white sauce that I added on top. The white sauce would go perfectly with McGee's Filet-O-Fish. If you know, you know. End of the day with dinner at my new favorite restaurant, L'Entrée Amise. It's a Michelin Bib Gourmand restaurant with super friendly staff and has a very affordable 5-course tasting menu. Save this spot for the next time you're in Paris.